gets her powers entangled with those of Kamala Khan and Monica Rambeau, forcing them to work together to save the universe. With this video, I'm going to be highlighting those versions from that movie. Also talking about the OG, the original Captain Marvel character, and just giving you a brief little history and the origins behind everything. So let's get into it. Okay. Well, let's talk about Captain Marvel. Let's start off with the whole story of the character in the first place. Captain Marvel, it says, is the name of several superheroes appearing in American comic books, published by Marvel Comics. Most of these versions are in the shared universe of the Marvel universe. So we've seen these characters in some of these shows and movies and things like that. But like I said, the OG Captain Marvel, give a little history on him. Like I said, the first Captain Marvel is Marvel, created by Stan Lee and artist Gene Colan. Say he first appeared in Marvel Superheroes. It says he's an alien military officer of the Kree Imperial militia, sent to observe the planet Earth as the developing technology, traveling to space. He eventually allies himself with Earth, and the Kree brands him a traitor. From then on, Marvel, he fights to protect the Earth from all threats. She returned her energy, somebody returned the energy transformation abilities. She also is a member of the Avengers, and also at one point she served as the leader. Then she eventually took on the name Captain Marvel from the original Captain Marvel's son, which Rambeau then took the name Photon, I believe. So then she ended up adopting the name Pulsar, which brings us to Carol Danvers' version of Captain Marvel, the one from the media, from the movies, played by Brie Larson. That's the one that kind of the main one. So just to give a brief little story or history on her, they said she's actually the 7th Captain Marvel, created by Roy Thomas and Gene Colan. She first appeared in Marvel Superheroes number 13 in March 1968. Carol, it says she's the longtime superhero known as Miss Marvel. If you guys familiar with that character, Miss Marvel, for one, it's another name of another character I will be highlighting in a minute, Kamala Khan. But she also, like I said, was the first name of Captain Marvel for the female, which is Miss Marvel. If you guys familiar with the X-Men animated series, we see that that's where Rogue actually gets her powers from. She takes it from Miss Marvel. Because Rogue, her powers was basically she absorbs people's life force, or pretty much take on the power and the characteristics of that person. So by her working with Mystique and being manipulated by them, she ended up going after Miss Marvel, was holding on to her too long. She pretty much took her powers and put her in a coma, where she actually took on her flight, had her strength and everything like that. So she pretty much was her. And then also in that storyline too, they showed that the character Miss Marvel was actually kind of haunting Rogue, because like she was inside her mind still trying to get back to her own self, back to her body. She feel like Rogue stole her life, stole her identity and everything. So that was a good, interesting storyline. So if you guys are not familiar with that, go ahead and watch the X-Men series. It's on Disney Plus streaming now. I know they finna make a reboot of that show as well. So to stay locked in for that, I will be doing reviews on that as well. But yeah, so that was that for Miss Marvel. But yeah, so as far as her, she assumed the mantle of Captain Marvel. They said is in an ongoing series written by Kelly Sue, the comic with art by Dexter Soy. And it says Danvers, she dons the jumpsuit and explores her own past. It said the series basically contemplate with what Captain Marvel's legend means to Danvers and how she will wield it and how the rest of the Marvel universe reacts to it. So yeah. So I know they already had the first movie, then now the second movie coming out with the Marvels. And like I said, highlighting the characters with Monica Rambeau, and then also with Kamala Khan, the Miss Marvel now, she took over the mantle. So but just a brief history on her. For one, she's believes she's like the first Indian Marvel character or Miss Marvel to take on that persona. They created a TV series about it. It's streaming now. Didn't get a chance to really watch it. I saw some of the some scenes and things like that, but I have to go back and kind of watch it to be more familiar with it. But I'm familiar with the character. She has a lot of comics out, a lot of different media that you can kind of check out if you're not familiar with the character. But like I said, it says in the show or the film, she's a 16-year-old fangirl of the Avengers who struggles to fit in until she gains her own powers. And I know that part of her powers is that she gets to stretch her arms or stretch her body or something like that. So just to give a brief little story about her, or background, she made her first appearance in Captain Marvel number 14 in August 2013, before starring in her solo series, Miss Marvel. Also, the Magnificent Miss Marvel and 3 Miss Marvel limited series comics. So you guys can check it out. It's available. But yeah, I'm trying to see. I know her powers. It says she developed her superpowers after Marvel's Infinity storyline, where the Terrigen Mists are released. It says her dormant inhuman abilities were activated by the Mist on a rare night where she basically decides to sneak out, and then and she ended up getting those powers. They said she originally was going to be a mutant, but they decided to it's like she's a polymorph because she can kind of shape shift and almost like Mr. Plastic with her body. But you know, that's one thing about the Marvel universe. You know, I'm more of a fan of DC and their comics, but I'm also a fan of Marvel because I love the inclusion and the diversity that they have in their characters. I like that as well. Like with Stan Lee, he created with the X-Men characters. They pretty much delve into racism and not being included in things. So I love the fact that they always show different inclusions in their media. So like with the character of Monica Rambeau, or even with Kamala Khan, where they are different nationalities, they're not necessarily the typical hero that we see, but they are different race and different nationalities, and they are strong as the other counterparts. That's pretty much it with those characters, with just some of the history of them. Like I said, you have to pick up a comic or kind of read up more about them to kind of know, more info about them. I thank you guys for tuning in and for watching my video. I appreciate the love and support. I thank you guys. So until next time, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel. Peace.